Willie and Brian, sit down.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, so I'd like to welcome everybody once again to our Mesa meeting. Please sign in. If you didn't sign in already, get your name on the list as you leave, maybe today at some point. It'd be appreciated. I'd like to welcome Michael Garrity. And of course Matt Jackson. And I don't think I'm missing any other faculty. A big hand. Who we? I don't know who she is.
Math faculty.
Math faculty. Okay. I'll just say generic math faculty. Yeah. No. All right. Well, thanks for coming. A big hand for Hillary, loud enough that she can hear it from home. We'll tell her, maybe she'll watch the YouTube. Huh? Yeah. Okay. And who do we have that have not been in a Mesa meeting before? Students, stand up. I want you to be recognized. Stand up. So people will know you if you're new. That way, if they see you wandering in, they can make sure they offer you some help if you might be looking for trying to figure out what's going on. All right, and we of course have our resident Dodger fan coming in the door after they took a tough defeat last night in 15 innings against Arizona. I only mention it because they lost, and everybody knows why I'm picking on it. James and I, we get along really well, fighting about baseball all summer. And
Giants fans forget the last two games they played against the Dodgers.
yeah, well, they just felt bad, you know. They didn't want to sweep.
Oh, yeah.
They decided not to score any runs for the whole series, almost. Yeah, not too many teams can win 2 out of 4 games and only score 2 runs. Yeah, that's the minimum, right? You can't do any better than that. Yeah. Yeah. All right, so very quickly, I'll go over the normal Mesa Center protocols. They're on the list there. Again, it's a study area first, except for, of course, right now. It's a kind of a lounge, a hangout place second. If you are just kind of hanging out, go into the other room. If you're visiting, or maybe you're playing a game of chess, that's not what this room is for. After 5 o'clock, it becomes a little more open. If you want to play a game of chess anywhere, it's generally okay. And or if you're, watching, YouTube videos and everybody laughing about it or something, those kinds of things are okay. The fishbowl behind me, as most of you know, it's for our workshops. The workshops, the schedule's listed here. If there's a workshop scheduled in here, it doesn't mean you go in and hang out because there's only 2 people. Okay, we can't fill that room up and make people think that there's no available seats for the workshop. So keep all that in mind. If there's nothing scheduled, you're certainly welcome to go in there. So, before 9 o'clock and maybe, after 5, it looks like it might be open. I don't know. A little bit of time on Friday. And I think that's about it. Okay. Our drinks, as usual, run by our club, our Mesa Club. It funds us to support some of our club activities. The drinks are 75 cents, snacks are 50 cents. But again, this is kind of it's not private, but again, don't go around and tell everybody on campus, hey, the best place to get a snack is over in the Mesa Center. It does seem like more of the security guards most of the security guys know it. They'll come in and get a soda or a snack sometimes, and there's a few other people who seem to be aware of it. We just don't want it real crowded.
Send them over to the kiosk. We'll take their business.
Yeah, or go to the second, and kiosk has different hours than ours, but similar. Right. The kiosk, as well as it's a student-run activity. I don't know what the hell they do with all the money they make. No, I'm kidding. They use it to support student activities and some scholarships and everything like that, while also learning the reality of running a business.
Because I work over there, so any profit that's not used by the end of the semester gets donated back to the school to help fund whatever the school uses it for. I'm not sure where it goes after that.
Now that worries me, but that's okay. Whatever the school needs it for. Maybe we should donate that to Mesa. Why don't you make that recommendation? All right. The refrigerator, keep it clean, that's all we ask. It's for your use, to store your lunch, to store your drinks. If you put something in there, there's usually a little sticky notepad on the outside, you can put your name on it. Please don't take other people, we haven't really had too many problems of people taking anybody's lunch or drinks that I know of. I haven't had too much reported to me. How about you, Mike? Have you had any indication that that's been a problem? Minor, yeah. Okay. What else we have here? Every Friday, the fridge, Matt is here Friday afternoons, and he loves he doesn't really throw it away if it's good, but he'll put it out on the table. If you leave something in there and it looks like it's, reason, we might dump out the contents if it looks like some old food, or we might just set it out. And that way on Monday the contents aren't any good at that point. So, but again, if it's just in a paper bag, in and out bags, and a Del Taco bag or whatever, that's just going to go into the trash without any further inspection, which I think is probably reasonable in most cases. And within the center, it's please clean up after yourself. Matt, Hillary, Efren, Mike, and we're not here to pick up after you or to make sure the Mesa Center's clean. Matt and Efren do an excellent job at the end of the day, vacuuming and cleaning and everything like that. That really makes our job a lot easier in many ways. But again, that's not the main function of being here. Okay? If somebody leaves a mess in Mesa, nothing wrong with a little public shaming. Friendly public shaming, not nasty stuff. No, don't go home and start Twitter, yeah, so-and-so left something in the Mesa. Yeah, we don't want any Twitter stuff, okay? And if you have not applied for Mesa, if you just happen to be here trying to find out what it's about, the Mesa application online, if anybody asks you, again, let them know that the Mesa application is available online. Once they apply, if it's working correctly, they should get an email message, a response back that they need to come here and do a short interview with me or Mike or Hillary, okay, to kind of finish the process of becoming part of Mesa. All right, any questions on just the protocol? Anything? Okay. Special announcement, the Crest Summer Internship, those are due tomorrow. We don't have very many yet. Again, this is a 5-week opportunity over at Cal State San Bernardino. You stay there. You're involved in research in physics, chemistry, computer science mostly. Maybe something related to engineering. A lot of the physics is related to engineering. We do have a couple folks who have done it before. We have Willie and we have Brian. If you want to know a little bit more about it, it's probably best to ask them. There's a stipend in the amount of, I don't know, what is it? $2,000. Plus you also get another like 30 some odd bucks a day while you're there to cover your food. Okay? So that works out to be another $700-800 or no, more than that.
the whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. So again, if you want more details on what that's like, we have a couple students who did it last year. You do not have to be planning on transferring to Cal State San Bernardino, but I do hope that you're at least maybe considering transferring to there. Once you go there, you'll be impressed with what they do, I think, and you'll be impressed with the interaction with the Cal State San Bernardino faculty. A lot different than what you will get if you go to a University of California campus, almost guaranteed. STEM scholarships. That application is due on Friday. As of right now, I think there's been one application submitted. Okay, and we have maybe about 14 or 15 that we can give out. If you are going to be, again, to qualify for our scholarship, you have to be coming back here in the fall. GPA is like 2.7 or something like that. You have to be full-time. Obviously, you have to be a STEM major. You do have to qualify for a Pell Grant, which sounds a little bit backwards, but that's how the federal government handles these sorts of things, okay? The announcement's been on the door now for like 2 months. And the application, either you can pick it up, or, you could ask either Matt or me or Hillary or whatever to print out an application. Or you can print it out, it's online. You don't fill it out online and submit it, it's still a paper submission. Okay? It is $5,000 if you're 2 years away from transfer, $6,000 if you're in your last year here at College of the Desert. Again, you do not have to be planning on transferring to Cal State San Bernardino to qualify while you're here. If you transfer to Cal State San Bernardino, you can maintain the scholarship at $8,000 a year for up to 3 years. Okay? So it's a great opportunity. When you total that all up, it's like a $36,000 scholarship. And a lot of people probably look at it and say, oh, I don't need that much. Yeah, it's okay. All right? So again, you have till Friday. You need to do good, solid, complete applications. You have to submit them over in Math 1. I think I'm going to change that back next year. I don't care how much friction it causes. I don't think that's the best place. I think it'd be better if we turned them in. You can just turn them in directly to me or something, if nothing else. Okay, this is a partnership grant with Cal State San Bernardino. The other bit of information, if you have applied to Cal State San Bernardino and are planning on transferring there this fall, even if you're not currently on the scholarship here, you may still qualify for that $8,000 per year scholarship. Okay, so maybe if you want, you can come in and talk to me. I don't know what the deadline is on their application. They have a separate application. I would ask that you print out this one, our local one here, fill out the front page, and turn that in directly to me. So I know, so I can let them know, and so forth, okay? But they have a separate application, and again, like I said, I don't know what the due date is. Do you remember, Brian? Might already be passed, I don't know. Yeah. What's that?
April 1st or April 10th?
Yeah, it's either just passed, which, and that's over, but it's very soon, okay? Let's look at it that way. All right, questions on that? Come and talk to me if you have questions, if you wonder whether you qualify or anything like that. But again, the one I'm really out to try to get some more applicants for is the local one here. It's either 5,000 or 6,000. Okay, we only have one continuing scholar this year. All the other scholars are transferring, but that doesn't limit us. Well, we're limited by the grant itself of how many we can actually hand out. Okay. Other activities coming up. Science Day. We have a Science Day this Friday. A lot of you have participated in Science Days. I would ask that this is an opportunity. If you haven't done it yet, it's a reasonable amount of fun. It's a lot of work. It's fun. It's 5th grade kids coming onto campus here, and we do various types of science demos and a little bit of math, a little bit of engineering. Okay, and there is a sign-up sheet somewhere over there. I think we're kind of in the early planning stages. Matt's already talked to some of you folks about maybe being kind of a lead on certain parts. We run about 8 or 10 different activities in here. Then we'll use probably those 2 rooms next door for additional activities. Okay. These kind of things look great on an application, whether it's for a scholarship, an internship, or if you're thinking, when you're going to be applying to Cal States or UCs next year. So it's important to get this is a community outreach. It's a community service. It's something you're willing to give back to the community. All right. And if you don't find the sign-in sheet, ask. Don't be afraid to ask. Okay. Again, don't forget that. That's coming up very soon. Math Field Day. It'd be nice. I don't know. Are you involved at all with the Math Field Day? No? Okay. Jorge is the one somewhat in charge of this. That's a week from this Friday, April 13th. April 13th, we bring It's kids from the various high school. They bring in teams of, I think, 4, 5, 6 students from many different schools, and they compete in a few math type activities. This year the theme is dice, and they're doing various activities and stuff associated with dice. Probably some probability. Hey, Leif, come on in. Maybe he's. Hey, are you involved at all with Math Field Day?
I'm gonna volunteer, but.
You are, okay. We're talking about it right now.
Don't blame it on me. Just going for the free t-shirt.
Oh, okay. Well, if Leif can, Jorge should be here by the end of the meeting. So I'm gonna slow down. Leif, would you like to tell us? No.
How's the story about a triangle?
Where did they come from? No. Okay. Next one is a very important one. I bolded it on the agenda. I said that Hillary. Hillary, put it in bold. If you are walking and you want one of the Mesa sashes with the Mesa, I don't think I have one in my office right now. It's got the Mesa logo on one side. On the other side, it has a symbol representing your major.
Oh.
Okay? If you want one of those and you're walking, I need to know very soon, because those I actually get those handmade. It's the cheapest way to do it is get somebody that actually does sewing to cut them out, because then we have to get it embroidered and then they put them together. So if you are walking and you want one for graduation, please get one of those. Please get that information to Hillary. I think what we put on here, those 2 weeks from tomorrow or something, the 17th. Okay? So please, that's the only way we can do it. There might be 1 or 2 extras, and somebody might be able to come in last minute. Oh, I didn't get it. And I might have one, but it may not be one that has anything to do with your major, and chances are I won't have one. Okay? Last year, I don't have one anymore because somebody showed up at the last minute and they wanted one with physics, so mine went too. Okay, so again, keep that in mind. We can't. That's one thing you should know by now already, I would assume, that if you are completing your degree, and 2, if you are walking at graduation. There really shouldn't be a delay in that. Where you're transferring to and those sorts of things, yes, I can understand there's some decision still kind of going on in that process. Along those lines, if you are transferring, let us know, but also there's the transfer ceremony at the college here. Make sure you get the information to them, make sure you sign up. You get a medallion you get to wear when you walk at graduation and so forth. Even if you don't walk, you get the medallion, I guess I should say. Okay? I don't know when the transfer rec, that's May 1st according to the notes. I'm kind of jumped ahead a little bit. I don't know when you have to, has anybody signed up already that they're transferring, like over at the transfer center, so they know? What's that?
I believe it's May 2nd.
That's the ceremony, but is there a deadline to sign up?
Oh, I think May 1st, or no.
Okay. So again, you probably know if you're transferring by now. You maybe haven't made the decision of which university you're transferring to, but try to get on that list. It's good. It looks good to have a lot of Mesa students walking across the stage instead of just Brian. No, not that he's not a good representative of Mesa. Melissa Flores wasn't able to be here. She's got another seminar coming up. I don't remember exactly when it is. I think Hillary sent out the information on it. We should have a flyer post on it, but I don't know. I don't see it. So I think something. Anybody attend her previous seminar? Okay. Is that good stuff?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And so it's not the same one that she's doing again. It's going to be additional items or additional topics. Our banquet, our transfer and recognition ceremony is going to be on May 19th. It's going to be in the Craven Center. May 19th is a Saturday. Somebody says, oh God, Saturday. But it's just hard to get set up and do a nice job if we do it on a Friday. For one thing, May 19th is probably the board meeting. We wouldn't even be able to get into the room until like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It's a difficulty. Again, if you've been to any of the previous banquets, you know there's quite a bit of decorating that we do, and it's overall a pretty good event. I think it's the best event on campus, right? Yeah. Yeah, and honors the best students on campus. I get in trouble when I say that, but we have a couple lists over here, and again, I've already mentioned, but if you're transferring, make sure you get on the list. And every time you if you get acceptance from different schools, even if you've already made the decision, keep writing down any school you're accepted to. I like to be able to announce at the banquet, and here's Brian Orozco, he's been accepted at Berkeley and Cal State San Bernardino and UC Irvine, UC San Diego, UCLA, MIT, and he's going to Cal State San Bernardino. I have no confidence in you getting that. Okay, so again, I like to be able to, kind of announce that so other people are, they see how well you guys are doing when you get ready to transfer, and how well you are in terms of how well you do in terms of being accepted in multiple institutions. Banquet. Last thing I have here, UCR Science Lecture Series, April 5th, which is Thursday, from 6 to 7 p.m. at the University Theater Humanities at the Palm Desert campus. The title of it is called The Hope and Threat of Human Gene Editing. I should put my goggles on. I hope I read that correctly. All right. So again, that kind of is that's a great activity. Where'd Laura go? Well, we had brief appearance by Laura Graff, and I really didn't formally introduce our other math faculty who showed up late, Jordan. Who? Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. He didn't even know who he was. I didn't say Doctor. Dr. Lake Jordan. I missed that.
Now I work out at the auto shop.
Yeah, he's the auto shop guy at night, and the math. He's math by day. All right, so at this point, I'm going to turn it over to Brian. We can talk about some upcoming club events and all these sorts of things, and the rest of the clubs will have an opportunity to report out. Hang in here as long as you can, if possible. Corey should be here to talk about Math Field Day.
Mr. President!
Alright, so there's a couple things that we need to discuss here. For our banquet committee, we need more people who want to volunteer and help us set everything up. Our theme that we chose is superhero theme. We have a lot of stand-up things that we can use, but we're still looking for more items and stuff to buy for our photo booth. Maybe we want to get some people who are good with arts and crafts. We want to build maybe little cities or something for that. So if anyone's good at that, make sure you sign up for the banquet meeting, our banquet committee. Our next meeting is, I believe, on Monday. So if you want to join us and discuss what we're all trying to do for that would be helpful. We also, again, we need to know how many people are going to attend the banquet. So if you're transferring, there's a section in the transfer section for RSVP. And then we have a side note, a side paper for just anyone in general who isn't transferring but still wants to attend. You want to bring your family, your friends, or anyone who wants to attend. Maybe you're getting a scholarship or something. Dr. Farmer announces all that, internships, scholarships, anything that we do or you have gotten. Dr. Farmer will announce that if you let him, make sure you let him know. So that's another thing that you can bring your family to, let them know that, awards and stuff that you've gotten. Also, we're gonna do a fundraiser. Oh, it's like a little fundraiser. We're still in the plannings of it, but what we're trying to do is the 2 last weeks of school, Saturday, they're both Saturdays, Saturday, May 5th and May 12th. We're trying to get some volunteers to tutor. So what we're going to do is offer free tutoring, and we're going to accept donations from students to help us fundraise for some of the events that are coming up, such as the banquet and we're also gonna have a Six Flags Six Flags event as well. So if you're interested, I don't think we have a sign-up sheet yet, but we will get a sign-up sheet for the volunteering. If you want to be a volunteer as a tutor, just let us know what subject you're really good at or what subject you want to tutor. And we're in the process of letting we're gonna let the ICC council meeting know, let all the clubs know, and also we're gonna start putting up flyers around the school as well. Next, so like Dr. Farmer was saying, for the banquet, make sure that if you're writing down the schools you get accepted to, make sure you circle the one that you are deciding to go to. That way we know and we can announce it at the banquet as well. So the next thing I want to talk about is the elections for the 2018-2019 officers. So there's around 6 or 7 spots open. There's a spot for president, vice president, secretary, treasurer, event planner, and media director. So if anyone wants to be an officer for next year, the entire year, just make sure that either you reply to our emails. We'll be sending emails out. Let either Matt know or any of the officers know, me know. That way we can put you down that you want to run for one of those positions. Now, if you want to run for one of those positions, you got to let us know before the next meeting, which is in about a month or so. And only the people who let us know are going to be able to run for that position. Also, you're going to have a speech ready, so you can give a speech out on why you should be in that position that you want to be in. So make sure that if you want to be an officer, that you have a speech ready as well for the next meeting. The way we're going to select the new officers is that anyone who is receiving our emails will get an email to vote on the officers, and only people who are on our emailing list we're going to verify that. We're going to check our list and see if they're in there. So they have to make sure they get the email. So if you have people that you know that you want them to vote for you, make sure that they are added to our emailing list. That way their votes will count. So the next thing will be our Six Flags trip. Our annual Six Flags trip is usually we have it a week after finals week. So right now we're still in the stages of getting all this together, trying to figure out who all wants to go. So right now we're just gonna have a sign-up sheet at the sign-up board. I'm not sure if it's up yet, but we will have one up. So if you're interested, please sign up. That way we can get a head count of how many people are going to be going, so we can figure out how much money we can put up and how much each individual person will have to pay out of pocket. Usually it's no more than like 30 or 40 bucks, but our budget's a little tight, so we just need to make sure if we get more people, the more people the better, because we'll get a bigger discount. So if you're interested in that, please sign up. And now I'm going to let Willie. I wanted to add a couple things for the banquet committee.
Yeah, so there's one thing I wanted to add is, as you guys know, it's going to be a superhero theme, as I mentioned, and the theme we're planning for the banquet is setting 3 rows at the Craven Center, and the middle row is going to be villains, and it's going to be Marvel and DC, if you guys know what that is. And I'm still working on the questions, but I'm creating a survey to see where you guys are going to be placed at. Oh, there's somebody that needs to be saved from a hotel. Do you just laugh at them, or something like that? And so, what I want you guys to do is I'm going to have a box out there with surveys in I guess tomorrow. And in locker number 8, I want you guys to slip it under there, and we'll eventually verify and send you an email, where you got placed, because we have to know what, if you're Marvel, we have to know where you're going to be at to know what row you're going to be in the banquet. So, yeah, just be ready for that. Oh, and Flavia has something to
Okay, so I want to say something. I'm not doing advertising right now. I just want to help Mesa Club to collect more money for all the events that are coming, and like usually Mesa Club needs money for a lot of things. So the thing is that I want to talk about is about this app. It's called Botta, and when you sign up with the Mesa code, I just created a Mesa account. You basically donate $5 to Mesa, and you get $10 for yourself. So you don't need to pay anything. You just need to go to your phone, install this app. You need to add the code, the Mesa code, and you need to go to the store, buy anything, and scan your receipt. And that way you get to Mesa $5. You're gonna get $10 for yourself, and you start to get more money also for yourself after that. So I can I'm gonna put the code for the Mesa account on the board right here. But I want to explain you a little bit about this app Botta. This app Botta is basically give you cash back from all the groceries that you're buying. Even though if you just scan a basic receipt, you get 25 cents back from that. If you like for Christmas and New Year, I got like $5 because I bought a steak. So basically, you for 3 months I collected $100 just from this app, and that's why I want to advertise this app a little bit more here in the club, because if you guys sign up, you kind of donate money without actually paying to Mesa account. And so let me just show you this app. So it's like this. Oh, okay. Botta, okay, another T and A.
Can you write that a little bigger?
Okay, so just go to your Play Store.
We need more money so we can have markets that actually work.
Let me tell you what is the code for the Mesa Club. Is this marker works? No.
Here.
Is this one? Okay, this one works.
Just take it off.
So this is just the Botta code. It's very important when you sign up. On the first page you see there's a referral code. So you have to put this code. If you don't put it from the beginning, you're not gonna be able to go back to this page. So you have to do it. The first page is very important.
What's that first letter?
It's F. Yeah, it's small f. Like. I think this was N. Let me just double check that. And so let me tell you, after we get your money, we can take them through PayPal account, through Venmo account, through Amazon account. A lot of things that we're buying for the banquet, we're gonna buy them through Amazon. So when you shop in Amazon, and I'm sure you all do, you also get money back from that. So let's say today you buy a notebook for your class, you get 25 cents back or 50 cents back. So it's also good for you, and also it's gonna be good for Mesa, and that way, everybody's gonna be happy. And yeah, the only thing is, so the first step, you need to install this app, Botta. Okay, it's Botta, like this. And I just want to make sure, I'm gonna double check. I just make an account with the Mesa email. So don't think I'm gonna take your money. Mesa is gonna take your money. Yeah. And another thing, so when somebody sign up with your referral code, you get $5 from each one.
Oh.
Another thing, when you get every month, there's like a different bonuses. Like for example, if you redeem 5 items, you get $2 for that. If 4 people sign up with your code, you get $20 on the top of the $5 from each person. For Christmas, there was this deal. If you get 5 people sign up, you get $100 for all of these people. So if you guys, I'm gonna tell about this app every meeting. So if you guys like start to like thinking about this thing, you basically gonna have a lot of money. And let's say you're buying a yogurt, you can also make this scan the yogurt, and you're gonna scan the receipt, and gonna get like 50 cents back from the yogurt that you bought. You can get cash back from bread. You can get cash back from wine if you drink wine, from beer, yeah. So yeah. And I can show you if you want my $100. If you don't believe, I can show you. Yeah, it's a FOPUBSN. Okay.
That's an S?
Okay, SOPUB. It's not S. This is S in Bulgarian. I'm sorry. It's C. So this is M. Okay.
Is it real money or credit?
It's real money. It's real. You can take them from PayPal, but Mesa doesn't have a PayPal account. We can create one, of course. You can get them from Venmo. Do you guys know Venmo?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, so Venmo, you can get as an Amazon gift card. You can get them like anyways. Like right now, when you guys do your shopping from Amazon, when you go to different stores to like take the stuff for the machines, you can also get cash back from that. Like any kind of receipt. Like go to the app. I hope everybody already installed it on their phone. Like go to the app and you see like all the bonuses that they just want you to get, like to scan more and more receipts. And how I said, I don't advertise the app. I just want to help Mesa to collect more money for the events that are coming. And of course, you can tell to your friends to sign up with Mesa account, or you can tell your friends to sign up with your account. That's your choice, but like if you can first sign up for Mesa, that will be perfect. Okay, that's it.
Okay, Professor Perez managed to make it, and his mouth's full of food. So I will stop. I will ask if there's anybody from the astronomy club that wants to report out anything going on.
Nothing big. So far, all we're planning is that things are. There we go. So Milky Way season's coming up.
Yep.
That means that from around March to July and August, the center of the Milky Way starts to pop up because it's the opposite to the winter sky, which is where the Milky Way is. So we get to start seeing things very bright. So we start to plan events around that. There's been talk that we may be getting a couple students and going out to Joshua Tree eventually, and going and checking out a conjunction happening later in the year. So sign up if that's something you're interested in.
You guys go to the observatory, the Rancho Observatory?
Some of us did.
Once you go to the opening?
Mm-hmm. The opening?
Cool place.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? CUD actually has the biggest one in the valley.
You know, Rancho Mirage had it. Rancho Mirage had it for a day.
For a day.
So the observatory is pretty cool. You guys can check it out.
Yeah, they have a calendar on their website, I believe, that lets you know when they're having events.
Yeah,
Every Tuesday, yeah.
Tuesday? How late?
But yes, we do have the biggest telescope.
So that would be it from us.
All right, Chris wants to say something for, I assume, computer science.
Yeah. The computer science club isn't as active this semester because most of the officers are going to be transferring out, and so we're all a little too busy to do anything. But we're all very active in the Discord channel.
Very.
And in the actual Discord channel, which we'll probably put the link up here so you can join it.
I'll link it in the YouTube.
Yeah. But on that Discord channel, we have the Computer Science Club members. We have over 60, I believe 60, 80 members from COD. and we're all in there just talking about, you know, computer science, off-topic stuff and whatnot. But the cool thing about Discord is you can make bots on there, and that'll improve your programming skills, and you can make products pretty much on Discord. So you can make bots that other people can either pay to use if they're good enough, and you can use their services. But it also just teaches you really good skills on actually finishing a product and marketing it.
Can I use the app by your product?
Oh, this one? I don't know. We're not sponsored by them, so probably not.
Tell them about your bot.
Oh yeah, yeah. What? Yeah, no, yeah. So I'm working on a bot, which is why I kind of want to talk about this, because I think it's really cool. But we have a few members in the Discord chat that are actually making bots themselves. But and a few of them kind of just work around the comments you post in the chat room, and they'll take that and they'll do stuff with it, and they'll respond with it. But I'm making a bot because I love birds and I'm a birder, so I'm making a bot called Birdie, and so you type in a command and it'll give you depending on what the command you enter, it'll give you an image of a bird, information on that bird, and it's really cool. There's like thousands of birds out there. My bot currently doesn't have those thousands of birds, but I'm working on it, and so right now I'm working on North America, but you could just type in like a prefix, kind of like the two less than and greater than sign, and then enter rand, and that'll return a random bird from my database, and so and information on that bird. So I'm also working on getting kind of to benefit science a bit. There's a website called eBird, and they use data from sightings from all over the world, and they use that to get migratory behaviors and whatnot, and make maps based off of them, and these cool little graphics. Yeah.
Is there going to include a little sound of what the bird sounds like?
I'm actually working on that as well. Yeah,
Okay.
because that's very important as well.
You can hear it before you see it.
Yeah, that's actually really important as well, because if you can't see it and you can only hear it, then you should be able to identify it either way. But yeah, so I'm working on that as well. But the point of this is I'm building this so that other servers can use it, and in that I'll get my portfolio built up so that other companies like software companies can see what I've done, and maybe they'll be impressed with what I've done, and so then I'll get a better chance than other people who haven't done that. And so what I'm trying to say is, if you join our Discord server and you plan on making a bot, we're there to help you. So I got help from other members within the chat room, and so if you want to make a bot, join our Discord server, and then we can help you through the process. And it's actually really fun. Once you find out something you really like, you can. It's easy. It's easy to research what you need to do. And because for me, I love birds, so it was easy for me to look to how to solve problems, because I really wanted to do it. And there's also a few. There's math bots in there as well. So they'll do calculations for you. Someone who loved math obviously made that.
Oh God.
And you can graph stuff. Yeah.
Is there a way to look up what's bots? How many bots are there?
In total for Discord, there's like hundreds of thousands of bots that other people have made. They all do different things. We have a few bots in our Discord server. One is a math bot. It does math for you. There's another one called Spockbot. One of our creators, one of our members made that. So you guys. It'll solve differential equations.
Replace you.
Yeah, it's really cool, and it also does latex, so you can do pretty type right in the chat. Yeah, so there's a bunch of bots you can do. You can do anything in the server. So I'll put up the link, and also it'll be on the YouTube channel. But you can join us, and then we'll guide you through the process. And it's pretty fun. It's also a really good skill to have, to know how to make a product and then market it. So just make sure you guys are aware of that. We'll have the link up, and then that's pretty much it. Thank you.
Is there anybody from biology or chemistry club that have anything to report? I don't see,
Any of them.
maybe they're having a meeting right now. Who do we have? Oh, go for it.
We don't have any like big news. We just have our internship opportunity for the summer for the Future Physician Leader program. If you're interested in health-related professions, I definitely recommend it. They had this shadowing component, so you can shadow local physicians here in the valley. So one of my friends actually shadowed under a cardiologist, and he was able to see open heart surgery. I did it last summer, and I was able to shadow under a family physician practice. And something else that we wanted to announce was that Indio just opened their pediatric clinic. So that's going to help our pediatric population not have to drive out so far to Loma Linda. So they're looking for volunteers for patient cares. And so if you're really interested in the health field, I definitely recommend it.
Thank you. Okay, well, we're going to go back into our agenda. Jorge's going to tell us a little bit more maybe about Math Field Day. What do you need from Mesa students?
Alright, so Math Field Day is next week, Friday. So I actually brought all the activities. If you're interested after the meeting, I can show you what the activities are, but I should tell you kind of the time. So we usually have students who help out from like 8 to 9, and that's just to welcome the high school students, right? Give them their badge, their group name and everything, parking passes and all that stuff, right? From 9 to 11, the actual activities happen. So if you have that time open, or at least some of that time open, then after the meeting, I can show you what the activities are, right? And distributions and all that. From 11 to about 12:30, that's like the third part. That's just having lunch with the kids. Right, that's the award ceremony, but at that point you're just free to just hang out with the students and just eat lunch, right? So we really need a few people from 8 to 9 to help with the registration and all of that, and then from 9 to 11, I'll try to pair you up with a professor, right? So if you want to help with the activities, it would be yourself and then one of the math professors. If I don't get enough math professors, then it might be 2 of you on the table. Okay, but that's kind of just the idea. And if you want to know the specifics, especially on the activities, and after the meeting, I brought along the dice. The theme for this year is dice, right? So I can show you what the activities are, and you can pick whatever one you want. And I think that's all I have.
Do we have a sign-up sheet if you're interested? Do we have a sign-up sheet here? I didn't. For Field Day?
Yeah, there should be.
There is, okay.
I know you guys have classes for the most part, right? So if you only have a little bit of time, you can talk to me and I can tell you kind of where you can help the most.
Okay. Anybody have anything else? I want to. You really have something?
No, sign up for your Botta, that's why I said.
I want to just reiterate the 2 deadlines we have this week. The Crest internship, I really need to start getting those solidified so they can make arrangements. And probably more importantly, the STEM scholarship. Okay, we have to, we need to show that we have, I know we have plenty of students deserving and qualified for that scholarship, but we need to, get them to it. You guys need to apply. We'll probably send out an email notice as well, maybe today or tomorrow, first thing. Time is short. You have to get letters from a math faculty and from a science faculty member. Don't come and ask me. Don't come and ask Mike Garrity for a letter of recommendation for the STEM scholarship. Okay? We will. That is. I'm kind of out of that loop. It's not appropriate. Let's put it that way. Yes.
What scholarship is that again?
The STEM. It's the one that's been hanging on the door there for about 2 months. If you haven't read it yet, you can read more about it if the application's online. It's still, you print it out and do a paper application. Still all written, okay? You have to be continuing here for our scholarship.
Is it full time? You have to be.
What's that? You have to be full-time now, you have to be full-time in the fall.
Oh, okay.
Okay? All right? And you have to qualify for federal financial aid. Okay? Again, If you have questions on that, you come and ask me, and I can maybe help you. If you're completing an application and you're wondering if it's complete, you can come by and have me take a look at it, and then I'll have you turn in the application. As it says, they need to be turned into Math 1, okay? For at least this year, okay? Anything else by anybody? No, nothing else. Thanks very much. If you did not sign in on your way in, please sign in before you depart, okay? Thank you.